Did you ever think that Lightroom can help you straighten your pipe? I want to show you a quick underutilized tool in Lightroom that will help you get your lines vertical every time. Check this out. This is Morro Bay, California, and these are the famous three stacks. I like to call them the pipes, the three pipes. And you can see that there is some curvature in these, and obviously they are perfectly straight in real life. And so what can we do when we take a photo like this to straighten these out? This was shot at 24 millimeters, and there's just some curvature that happens in the lens. And one of the first things we can do to try to straighten this out is very, very simple. And that's just we come down here to enable lens corrections. And that's not something that I do on every photograph, because sometimes I like the natural look that is produced by a lens, and it just has a little bit of curve to it sometimes, and sometimes that is appealing and what I want. In this case, I want these pipes to be straight as they are in real life. So if I click on enable lens corrections, we're going to see it helped a little bit, but not a lot. And so it tells you here that this is the Canon EF 24-70 f2.8, and that is indeed the lens that I shot this with at 24 millimeters, but it's still not quite right. This pipe is still just a bit curved. There's a tool in Lightroom that I kind of forget exists sometimes, and so I figured others might forget it too. But if we go into our crop section here, we have crop, and then we have this geometry tool. And this is usually closed, and you just kind of forget about it. So you can do your regular cropping here, but there is geometry down here. And so if we open up this geometry tool, we have the ability to change our upright guides here. And the first thing you can do is just go click on auto. And in this case, auto is going to work really well. Look at that difference. Look how perfectly straight those pipes are this time. So if we turn that off, we look like this. If we use auto, it straightens them out and it looks great. So you can see my fully processed photo here is this one, and I used this auto feature here. And it's really helpful. So if you're shooting buildings or architecture, or you just need your lines to be straight, this is a really cool tool to use. And I just forget that it exists and wanted to get on here and just remind you that you have this at your disposal also, if you're a Lightroom user, of course. If auto doesn't work, there's other ways you can get in there and do it manually. You can do vertical here. And here's what you would do is you'd actually draw a line. And so what we would do is you could see your cursor zooms in here. So you would pick the starting point of that line that you want to be straight. Probably, I guess, start right up here. And then just hold down on your mouse and then make that line follow the curvature of the pipe or the item that you want to straighten out, and then let go, and then do it on another one. You typically want to give it 2 points of reference here, like that, and then it'll do that for you. So if auto doesn't work, you have this guided tool that you can use also, and that a lot of times will do the job. So a cool tool in Lightroom that often goes unused because it's kind of hidden and just forgotten about.